the house. Coach Sip's here, let's hear him out. Sippin' with Sip, yeah, we talking that game. Allen Eagles pride, you remember the name. On the court, in the gym, we keeping it lit. Pour it up, tune it in, Sippin' with Sip. From tip-off to the buzzer, we bringing the heat. BEBC, riding with the team, can't be beat. Fast breaks, big plays, Eagles never slip. Pour it up, run it back, yeah, Sippin' with Sip.
This was the game on Friday. That was fun.
That was
a good 49ers one. Beat Philly. Ooh.
Did y'all see Chicago came back? That was wild.
Oh, my gosh,
I turned it. Lindsay and I went on a date in Boston. We left Boston and Maddox here. And when I came home, I said, man, Chicago's trash. Packers killed them. He was like, they're winning right now. I was like, there's no way. It was like 21-3, and they just missed it.
Like 21-3, and they came back and won 31-27.
Yeah.
Great.
He made me watch the highlights with them this morning. I was like,
yeah.
It's a heck of a game.
It was. Well, in fact, every game's been really close so far, which has been really good.
My Patriots play here in a minute.
They're on right now.
They're on right now.
So, yeah, 7:30.
They're in the second quarter.
Are they really? Did it start at 6:30?
Start at 7:15.
What is up with your clock, dude?
Hey, it's basketball season.
No, they're at the end of first. I'm sorry.
It's basketball season. I don't even know what day it is half the time.
I know. Oh, I bet you know when it's game day.
They just show up every two days.
Only because Blakely tells him.
Yeah. I go to church, and 2 days later there's a basketball game, and 2 days later there's another one. So I go to church.
Mama goes, you got game tonight.
It's 3 days later after the first one, Coach, not 2.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't know.
See, you don't. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started since I didn't hear back from David, and who knows where James is. He might be in the bottom of a well somewhere. So
I hope not.
Or the bottom of a bottle, one of the two.
That'd be better than a well.
Maybe. Okay. I've already started recording, but I'll just clip all this out, so FYI. Okay. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 4 of Sipping with Sip. Evening, Coach.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Dude, it is our pleasure to have you. What are you sipping, Nolan?
You don't want me to bring that up.
Cody, what drink's on your desk?
All my cups are empty currently.
Oh, he's going dry. Water. You had something a minute ago in a glass. I saw it, Coach.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And,
this is episode number 5, by the way.
5?
Because you uploaded 3 twice.
Oh, what?
Go look at YouTube. There's 2 episodes.
You're not supposed to tell everybody my faults, dude. That's not your role here.
I think I'm here to tell everybody your faults.
You don't think I'm fixing to kick you out of here? What I'm fixing to do. All right, Coach. Big week last week for your basketball team. Had 2 games against 2 state-ranked teams, and we talked a little bit about it last week. We started off with McKinney Boyd, a game at home that you guys ended up winning. Thank goodness. By a score of, and I'm going to share this real quick. I made my little chart again. Let me see if I can find it.
That helps me because I forget afterwards.
Oh my goodness. Well, goodness. Where it was. Share content. Okay. There it is right here. There we go. Everybody see that?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
There we go. Allen wins that game 78-65. You had talked about how that teams were starting to play zone against you, and y'all had an answer to that, and you were going to do some things different. And the first quarter goes by, and you find yourself down 16-11.
Yeah.
And so, what were your thoughts initially on that first quarter and how things were going?
I just thought we had to stay with what we're trying to do, not make irrational decision based on us either missing some shots or us not flowing as well as we really needed to. I thought, their unique zone and unique size was just going to take a little bit to crack and for our guys to get used to. And no offense to our JV who gives us the zone look throughout the week to help prepare us, but McKinney's obviously going to be better at it than they are, and they're just bigger and longer. So I knew over time, guys like Neo, guys like Austin, KD, Dylan, those guys would just begin to feel more comfortable in space and understanding what reads and looks they're going to get. And I thought we just kept chopping wood and finally able to break it down. So I was proud of their ability just to stay with it and trust it. And I thought it looked good every quarter after that. So that's a testament to them.
You did win every quarter subsequent to that. You went up 26-24 at halftime, which is, for you guys, is a really low scoring game.
Sure.
Yeah. And stretched it a little bit in the third, 51-46. And then the fourth quarter rolls around, and we've been in this situation before this year.
Yep.
Where you have that, 5 to 10 point lead, and sometimes that tended to fade away. But I sat back and watched, KD in the fourth quarter just, he got 2 quick fouls.
He did.
In the
First 30
first,
seconds of the game.
yeah, and so he sat for a long time. But he came on in the fourth quarter, and I don't know how many he ended up scoring of his 16, but it was a bunch of them.
Yeah. I want to say he had 14 of his 16 in the fourth.
Well,
So, yeah.
that helps a lot when you can get somebody like that just really start rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a good job of just keeping them honest in the middle and attacking them and just finding soft spots in his zone. I thought he looked really good.
Yeah, I thought he was too, and I thought y'all did a really good job on their big guy.
Yeah.
Big time. You shut him down, and yeah, just getting back to Kadarian in that second half. Everything was that little one hand floater.
Yeah.
He was doing the
Little
one hand
touch
floater.
shot. Yeah.
It was pretty.
No, it was. Yep. Started driving, being a little bit more aggressive, getting into the teeth of the defense, and where he could just shoot it over the top of the big kid, and just kind of found his groove.
So they're big kid, and I don't know. Again, he's just a sophomore. He's obviously gonna get better, but it just seemed like, and you.
He might be an Allen Eagle next year.
I don't know. We seem to be getting McKinney kids in football with no problem, so that's what'll happen there. But he seemed to have a really limited range, at least against you guys. I mean, everything he got was either a layup or a dunk. He didn't shoot from anywhere else, I don't think. And maybe you don't have to, but
Yeah, he's actually pretty skilled. He's actually a pretty good. I mean, he's not shooting a great percentage from three, but you can tell he has great touch and great ability to put the ball on the ground. And we're kind of a smaller team than most teams in our district. So I really thought they were going to try to pound him inside and just try to get mismatches. And we're going to go double. We're going to try to take away. That was objective number one, is just limit his touches. And when he does get touches, make him see bodies and feel double teams and feel pressure. So I thought we did a good job of just keeping him, on the edge of his seat all night, and just the ability to not get rhythm or flow. And a few times we missed block out where he got a dunk, or we didn't rotate over as quick. But I was pleased with how, we handled him, because he's a kid that can go for 30 on any given night, and definitely change the game if you don't game plan specifically for him. So he's a tough cover.
So did y'all have a designated, I don't know what even the word to call it, somebody who screamed to double down on him? Because it seemed like every time that ball went down to him, everybody was screaming.
So So we're so detail oriented, and we
I like the way you put that.
we are we're a team who is learning how to focus and really lock in, especially in games, and we've struggled with that earlier in the year. So in practice, if the ball touches his hands and all 15 players and 4 coaches don't yell out loud that the ball went to him, we run. I'm going to stop what we're doing and we're going to run because it matters that much. And if we don't have that much attention to exactly when he touches the ball and that much urgency, then he's going to kill us. So I think I brainwashed him for a couple of days, and I had fans almost screaming, when he touched the ball after that. So that's just something that we do. We pick 1 or 2 keys, and it starts with our voice. It starts with our communication. If we can do that really well, I think we can execute really well. So.
Yeah. Well, I just noticed it got awful loud every time he touched the ball, and I was like, dang, is there a fire in the building or what? What's going on?
And two, as a player, if you hear all that ruckus when you catch the ball, you're not thinking score. You think, oh crap, get rid of it. So part of that too is, an intimidation factor, hopefully, or just some way to clutter the mind and to speed the game up for them. So.
And I wish I had the video of this, but I know we talked last week where you said Neo said that for him to put him on him, and he did get a couple times. He did down there in the block with him. So.
And I'm like, double switch.
And if I remember. And I remember he did dunk right all over me.
Oh, he moved his little toe out the way. See, Neo, that's why I'm not putting you there, buddy.
Yeah, Neo's tough, but not that tough. But a good win, a good solid win. Coach Blakely had come up to me before the game and said, "This is not going to be an overtime game, and we're going to win comfortably." So he kind of prognosticated that was going to happen. So.
I'm going to have to get him to do that more.
Yeah, especially if he's right.
Yeah.
So you moved to 12-4 on the year and 4-1 in district. And then Friday night, you roll over to Plano East.
Yep.
Which was last year, 2 years ago, they were the nemesis and they win state. Last year, they still have DJ Hall. And you're kind of thinking, is the same thing going to happen? And I remember last year vividly when you guys went over there that thing turned into a rout so quick that they didn't know what hit them.
Yeah.
And the place was packed and everybody's like, whoa, what just happened here? And so there was a lot of anticipation about what it was going to be. They came in, I think, 18-4 on the year.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. And just, what are you going to get? And you were a little shorthanded. And so, but you start out in the first quarter, and we had talked last week about how there were defensive quarters in which you just limited teams to no scoring. Well, you held those guys to 5. So what happened? What happened there?
So, and I don't know if you guys can tell as much, but we're a little bit more solid defensively with this group. And what I mean by that, we don't gamble as much. When you do that, you don't turn over teams as much, but you're just more solid. And with this group, we have to go a little bit more solid than we can rolling the dice and really just flying around track. We're not as, obviously last year's group was the best I've ever seen at it. But at times with some of our depth and some of our rotations, and we're still having a hard time forcing teams into turnovers a lot. So, we're still going to press and we're still going to do those things, but we're a little bit more solid, and that helps us have accountability on the ball, keep the ball in front, not putting us in rotations as much where we're seeming not to be able to correct as easy. So the solidness has really helped us just buckle down and just be really hard to score on, and that's helping our defensive rebounding percentage numbers as well. So as that's kind of moving forward, that's kind of been a recipe for success defensively. And, it's kind of been our willing point to why we've had some success here pretty recently.
Yeah. And they, the rest of the game was pretty much, you win by 12, you were up by 15 I think they outscored you by 1 point each quarter the rest of the way. It was, they really never, I don't think they got closer than 9 if my memory serves me correct. but y'all just held them at bay. And when you needed a bucket, you got a bucket. And this was another game where, yeah, Neo's going to do what Neo does. I mean, he had 20 against Boyd, and he had 20 here, and that's just pretty much what Neo's going to do.
Right.
So you can just count on that every night. But Austin had the big game against Boyd with 21. He had 11 here, and his 3-point shooting has just been on fire lately.
So good. Yep.
And by my account, and again, I'm keeping an unofficial stat book, and you guys are looking at it. He had a couple blocks in this game. And I noticed his defensive intensity. You just like, dude, where did that come from? Because I think we've all seen it, and it goes back to the game after Shadow Creek, where it just seems that y'all have really picked up that level, and it doesn't matter who's in there, that defensive intensity is really, really, it's strong, and even though teams may score some, it's not easy.
Right.
And I think they get frustrated.
And that's been a big key. After we watched that McKinney game where we lost at home, I want to say like 75% or 80% of those baskets were unearned. And I can't sleep at night giving people unearned baskets. It keeps me up, and I can't tolerate it. That's something we can't do and be successful. So we've gotten back to really, teams have to score over us or through us, not around us. And that's kind of our motto defensively. And if we can stay in front of the ball, if we can make them score over top, we're going to have a high success rate. And I've my juniors have been really good. Bennett Mosley he led us in rebounding with 8 rebounds last game. He was so tough. But if you see what my senior guards defensively are doing right now, it's pretty amazing. Neo's going to do what he does, but Jacob Hapalona, he might. On film, I show him more than I show Neo guarding the ball because he's so good. He has quick feet. He understands angles. He's tough. He wins bumps. And Austin's the same. And Cade's pretty slow-footed. I tell him this all the time, but his attitude to stay in front of the ball and toughness to stay in front of the ball is elite. And those 3 have really helped carry us forward. And then that's helped raise the level of our juniors, where Ellaby and Dylan and KD and they're starting to have that accountability and really understand how to successfully guard the basketball. And like I said, I think that's just kind of taking us the step in the right direction. Those guys are really carrying us, and it's helping.
Yeah, if you would just speak, we gave Gio, who broke through offensively. He had a real nice second half in this game. But we also gave a magnet to Ellerby. I thought Ellerby was really good.
So good
Friday night, just active, and it's and this, but we look at it too now. You've got us off. The leading scorer should be the only one that gets a magnet, but just the intensity in which he played, and it was really, really nice to watch, actually.
It was. He high-pointed some rebounds, went up and got a few in traffic. He did such and I've ripped him a few times in film because athletically, he's our longest, toughest. He should be our best defender by far, and he hasn't been of late. And I've really challenged him to really grow into that role because he'll get more minutes, and then he'll be able to build more confidence. And he's a great kid. So, he takes on the challenge. And I told him before the game, hey, this is a Ellerby, Tuffy Chain type of night. Whether you win it or not, this is the game. Ellerby's going to pull up because we're going to need you because we were shorthanded in some areas. And he walled up at the rim. He had elite rim protection. Like I said, he got rebounds in traffic. He got his hands on some balls. So, it was a big night for him. And kind of a cool thing, I don't know if you guys know this story, and he won't mind me sharing it. But his dad, who passed away when he was in middle school, his dad played at Plano East and was one of the best players to ever come through. And he was on that states. He was on the regional final or regional semifinal team. And after the game, he took me into the hallway and showed me his dad's picture. And we had a cool moment there. But it was cool for him to have that game in that building. It kind of gave me chill bumps. But his dad was a big part of his life and a big time basketball player. Played collegiate basketball. So I know Brendan definitely made him proud the other night for sure.
See, that's why we do this, is to get stories like that we don't hear. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. I've officially got a new basketball pet peeve.
Okay.
And I
got
want
a
you to
ton.
help. What's that?
That's
I
what I got
missed
a ton.
it. What is it?
I want you to help me work through this
Okay.
because you're up close to the action and you see it and the level of bumping and physical play that goes on and fouls are not called
Yeah.
during the course of a game. But when a team gets into we have to foul mode
Yep.
and it's almost like phantom calls happen or they barely touch somebody and they call a foul. And then you're like, how could you justify that? Because these guys down there are beating the snot out of each other all game and you don't call something. And then, the guy flies by you and you maybe, two finger him, as he flies by and you call a foul.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
Reword that comment.
you know what I mean? He hits him with one finger, and they whistle. And I'm just like, guys, how do they justify that?
Right. And I think a lot of refs understand the game of basketball really well. Like they either played it at a high level that some coached it, like some. So they kind of know what this time and score and situation dictates. So sometimes I think they kind of lean towards that. And when you're fouling late, they don't want it to get ugly as well, and they don't want a flagrant foul or something hard. So I think they're in between trying to pick that up. But it is, especially when you're trying to come back and you're on the flip side and we don't want to foul and we want to trap really quick or try to get 2 traps and then we'll foul and then they call something. That's when it upsets me. But if I have the ball, I'm cool. Cool with them calling it, yeah. But that is a pet peeve. I can see how that is. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because there were times when I know Neo for sure. He gets drilled all the time, but there were several times during this game that I was just like, gosh, guys, Havilona was getting beat up, and then they do this ticky tack stuff, and you're like, guys, that's not a foul in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Why is it a foul now?
Yeah. Well, that's a good pet peeve to have. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me have it.
I have it too at times. It depends if I'm up or down.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I don't like it either way. Okay, here we go. District standings as of today. Here we go. Yep. You probably know this, but for those who are watching that don't pay it that close attention, there you go. What surprises you in that? The most. What surprised you the most?
I really don't know. That's kind of where I thought it would be. I thought Princeton would be a little higher because they have a really good roster. I know Rock Hill and Prosper are young. The crazy thing is Prosper's played close to everybody. Prosper's been close to beating everybody. They've done a really good job, just haven't been able to get over the hump. Plano West is actually probably the biggest shocker, and that's not a discredit to them. They're just really young. They return 1 kid. They have a lot of young, really good talent, but to be in the playoff mix of Plano and McKinney Boyd and Princeton, that's pretty impressive, to be honest. And what they're doing right now, I knew East McKinney's gonna be really good. And Plano's so talented and big. I know they dropped one to Rock Hill the other day, so I just know anybody could beat anyone on any given night.
Yeah, that's kind of the 3-3 Plano is what I look at and go,
Yeah.
Because they were really good in non-district.
For sure. They're ranked
really good.
top 20, top 15. Oh, they were number 6 at one point behind us.
So that's custom. But you're almost halfway. You got 2 more games, which coming up this week. You have Rock Hill on Tuesday night, which you can see they're 1-5 in district, and like you say, they're very young. And then you get Plano at home next Friday night.
Yeah.
To round out the first half of district. So, what can we expect from those 2 games?
Rock Hill is very athletic. If you watch them play, like you said, it's a new coach, just took over just as school began. He's a really good young guy. He's going to flip the program around and do good things. So he's starting to build his culture, and you could tell every game they're getting better. But they are athletic. I was just finishing up their scouting report, and they'll guard, they press. If you're careless with the basketball, if you take them lightly, they can beat you. And then you go play Plano, and Plano has 3 kids that are 6'10", and they're literally going to throw the ball inside every play. And these aren't skinny 6'10s. These are some Shaquille O'Neal, old school post 6'10 kids. And they have a really good freshman who's their point guard right now. Might be the we have a lot of good freshmen in our league, and he might be the best freshman there is. So they got a good mix of some other athletic kids with them. So it'll be two tough games. But Plano's, they're as scary as it gets with their size and some of the things they can do.
Yeah, you keep mentioning every week how competitive this district is, and just like you say, for Rock Hill to beat Plano the other night, and just the surprises that happened. You look at the box score, you're like, what in the heck happened there? Because that's not what you're expecting to happen. So
it's happening in every district. Like Flower Mound, who is, I want to say they're in last or second to last in our by district, because we got to pay close attention to that. They beat Denton Braswell, who's a team that we could, one of the top teams in their district. So I think it's pretty consistent across, the whole 6A state.
Yeah, but basketball is so much different than football. I mean, football is upsets are really upsets, but these basketball kids, they all can play. I mean, that's the thing. And it's a foul here, a mistake here, it can change a game. And it's tough. You can go home real quick.
Yeah. And there's only five players on the court, and like you said, everybody has a college basketball player on their roster. That's some pedigree, so that's tough.
Exactly. Well, congratulations on 2 big wins this week.
Thank you.
I think you guys, and Matt Welch kind of wrote it up in his game synopsis of Plano East, how you guys have seemed to have, you're rounding into some sort of shape here that's actually pretty good, and it's a good time to do it. And
I was getting nervous. We weren't playing very well. I'm not gonna lie to you. We had some stuff to figure out, and we still do, but we're playing better. So, playing confident, playing tough. Our style of basketball is present. So, as long as we can play our style.
Yeah. Well, what'd you tell us the other night after the Boyd game, that it's all coaching?
All coaching.
Well, we believe it. So
that's a lie. When we lose, it's coaching. When we win, it's the guys. That's what my wife tells me all the time. So she keeps me humble.
That's what they're for.
That is.
All right. So that takes care of the week coming up. Again, Tuesday night at Rock Hill, 7:00. Friday night at home versus Plano. And that will end the first half of district. And then the following week, I think you play Princeton, and then you have an off. No, you play McKinney at McKinney.
Yeah, at McKinney.
And then you have Friday night off.
Yes.
If I remember correctly. So that McKinney game will be big.
It will.
Obviously. And I think you guys figured something out where that won't happen again. I bet they don't have 18 layups in the first quarter again, or whatever that was.
They better not. You better come get me.
All right, we've been
It won't be his pen out in the middle of the free throw line.
No. That's gonna be me.
All right, Coach. Before we let you go, did you do your homework?
I was gonna say we better not forget the homework assignment.
So I sort of did it. So don't get mad. It's partially done.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I was thinking hard about it. I was trying to fill it out. And that's really hard. And I didn't want to. I didn't want a kid to get upset. So I just went with. All right.
The only kid that would get upset is if you called him a Pekingese.
I was just gonna say they're all pit bulls, and that's what makes us. So I made a starting 5 of dogs. Like if I could pick my starting 5 and why, I gave the reasons why. Okay. All right. So my point guard would be a border collie, true floor general, quick, athletic, great listener. Feels like, they'll do exactly what the coach says. So border collie is my 1. Okay. I'm going to go with a little size at my 2 guard. I'm going to go with a greyhound. Okay, greyhound at my 2, just pure speed. We press, athlete. You can get up and down the floor. You can guard the other team's best player. So I'm rolling with greyhound at my shooting guard. Small forward, German Shepherd. I still like athleticism. German Shepherd has some size. He's athletic, and there's a certain amount of toughness and composure to your small forward. I think a German Shepherd can shoot the rock, can handle the ball too. And then I got to go with, I haven't really had this in a long time on my teams, but in the perfect world, power forward would be a big guy, a Rottweiler, for muscles, rebounds, just clear guys out, toughness. Think of like Antoine, but bigger, just as tough as they get. And then at the center, you got to go Great Dane, just size, rim protection, lob threat, just commands space. So I think I can win some games with that roster.
All
Now
right.
I need players' names next to those breeds.
Well,
I'm gonna let y'all's imagination, flow.
I got the first one.
yeah. Well, when you said Greyhound, the first thing that came to mind was Trent.
That's a good Greyhound. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was easy to pick.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it sounds just. Cody, did you write those down?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, I wrote them down because there's an AI project coming here.
I literally have already started generating. We're on it already.
I knew it.
Love
Love
it.
Well,
Let me know what comes.
yeah, we'll send it to
And
you.
you got and Cody, make sure they have Allen Eagle jerseys on and they're the correct numbers.
Oh, well. I don't know about that. We'll see.
Y'all use y'all's imagination.
No, we're gonna have fun.
No,
with
we'll
this.
use Google's imagination.
That's a good imagination.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Coach, thanks for doing that. That's
No,
I know,
absolutely.
like you said, it took some time to think about, but again, we think of random stuff like this all the time, and thanks
I
for
love those
participating.
questions.
Yeah, thanks for participating in that. So,
No, that was fun.
one thing before you go, who's your pick for the national champion football?
Indiana.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they're just playing with intense amount of confidence and swagger, and their coach is so good. They just, it reminds me of Nick Saban teams. Just everybody does their job when they're supposed to do their job, and disciplined, and they all are on the same page of a purpose. So I think they're rolling.
It is amazing because, and again, I see different things, but 0 5-stars on that team.
Yep.
And you go, okay, then it comes down to a whole bunch of other intangible things, like you said, coaching and playing together as a team, and just what they've been able to do. And boy, they just spanked the bejeebers out of Oregon the other night.
The one cool fact is that all 4 teams in the 2 semifinals were all Saban assistants.
I know, that is pretty cool. Yeah, that says a lot about just
Every head coach was a Saban assistant at one point, and a couple of them were assistants at the same time.
Yeah, that is wild. I watch a lot of interviews of coaches, and football coaches are some of the best at giving interviews or insights or culture talks. And he says something that struck with me, that he doesn't take kids based on potential. He takes kids based on production. And he don't care how many stars, like you said, is beside a kid's name. Like he's after high character kids. He's after kids who are passionate and love the sport. Kids who have proved that they're productive at that sport. So I think if I was ever a college coach, that's definitely something that would stick with me, of trying to get just proven guys winners. So he's done a good job of it, and he's flipped it around in a short period of time.
Golly, that program is playing. They're men among boys out there on the football field.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Hey, did Matt Diggs give you that hoodie you're wearing?
Yes, he did. It is, yeah. It's a comfortable hoodie.
I knew it. I knew it. He was there Friday night, and we didn't even look for him. Should have, but yeah, he was there. He's a good buddy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's come by practice a few times. He loves Neo. Obviously, everybody does, but he's got a couple of stories on him.
There's a book to be written there. Everybody loves Neo. Here you go.
I don't know. There's some point guards out there with broken ankles that do not love Neo.
Some opposing student sections don't love Neo.
Boy, he had.
I think Neo.
Night.
I think that McKinney Boyd center doesn't like Neo, because I think Neo stole 2 balls from him. This guy's hit 6'10", looking out this way. Neo's coming. He's not even in his peripheral right now. And Neo just came in and stole the ball from him twice.
As much as I love Neo, if I played against him, I would not like him at all.
Yeah.
He would put fear into my heart.
Yeah. Well, and the one play Friday night, I know the highlights out there on Twitter, where he drove down the baseline under the basket and then turned around and just left.
I saw that was on Twitter.
Yeah, that was
good.
so awesome.
It's called a Nash dribble. So we watch a lot of film together, and we study, and I'll show him clips of Steve Nash and other good point guards, how they manipulate space and play with pace and manipulate their eyes, and they set things up really well. And we talk a lot about, hey, if you can get along that baseline, like just circle it all the way through. And he finally did it. I was like, hey, I didn't write the book. I just read it. I'm just telling you. So it was neat. He's such a student of the game, and he does some pretty amazing stuff out there.
Yeah, he does. It's fun to watch. And for those of you who haven't been going to games, go to games because they are entertaining. And you never know from night to night. Neil will perform every night, but you never know which of the other kids are going to be. You start getting
what
Cade
we're going to say out loud,
or Austin, or any of those 3-point shooters get fired up, and it's just drain after drain after drain. It's really cool to watch. So.
Yeah, it's fun to see. And they all stay ready. They approach every day like that. So when their time comes, they're ready. So that's a testament to them.
Yep. All right. Well, again, we appreciate your time, and
thank you,
congratulations on a good week. And we will pick it back up with you on Tuesday night over in Prosper.
We'll see you then.
All right, Coach. Thank you, buddy.
Coach.
Talk to you.
See you.